work to be successful? So on the next column, I want you to write down who in your life is dependent upon you being successful. So who would that be? Start writing the names down. My wife, my kids, my son, my daughter, little Johnny, little Mary. You know, I'm taking care of my grandparents right now. Whatever that may be, I want you to write that down. Who is dependent upon your success? Dave, who's dependent upon your success?
Oh, that's the tough
my horn.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. I wrote down myself.
Okay, perfect. That's great. That's great. Single guy, right?
Yep.
Single guy, gets to take care of himself, which is good. But did you know that your success, okay, affects the economy? Do you know that? Mm-hmm. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say you don't have a wife or kids at home. You're a single person, okay? Your success influences the economy. If you sell more and make more money, you can spend more, which helps the community that you live in. The place of business where you work, ladies and gentlemen, your success here influences this place of business. So there are multiple people that are dependent upon you. You think, oh, no, who cares? It's just me. I'm not saying that's what you're saying. I just want you to think about it. Your success influences the whole entire world, whether you believe it or not. The more money you have, the more success you have, you are able to bless other people and other businesses, other business owners, and other family members, because if you can go to a place of business, someone there is working, they get a paycheck because you're able to go in there and buy something. Coming to work is a privilege, and again, it affects the whole world. You think it doesn't affect people? It really does, guys. So be cognizant of that. Who else wants to volunteer? So, Henry, who is dependent upon your success?
My wife and my 2 daughters.
Your wife and your 2 daughters. And why? Silly question, but why are they dependent upon your success? Why is your wife and your 2 daughters dependent upon your success?
Of course, they don't bring money. They don't eat.
So if you don't bring home money, you don't eat, right?
They don't have future too.
Exactly, you don't have a future too. Because I'm all sure if you have sons and daughters that you want to create enough success here at work that you want to be able to bless them, not just now, but in their future, to set them up for life, correct? So for some of us that have the sons and the daughters or the wives at home, we have an opportunity to bless them with our follow-up calls, with setting our appointments, with creating money-making activities, with maximizing your time here at work. If you're going to choose to be away from your family for hours and hours a day, at least make it count. Make it count. Don't spend a day or a moment or a minute away from your family doing nothing. I want you to think about that. So who else wants to volunteer? So, yes.
My little brother.
Your little brother, I love it. Your little brother is dependent upon your success. Why?
Because I believe me working hard and me becoming successful, it will set an example for him, and you have his mindset to be like, no, my sister worked hard, she's successful, I want to be just like her.
Beautiful. Beautiful. She has identified that she wants to be successful for her younger brother to set a good example. How many of you have little brothers or sisters, or even your sons and your daughters, that are looking up to you, mommy or daddy, or my big brother, my big sister, and they're looking to you to be an example? Think about that. Or if you don't have that, maybe you have little cousins. Maybe you have little cousins that are looking to your example to be successful. So again, we had said that success is not an accident. Success is something that you plan for. Success is something that you prepare for. So I want you to write a list of a few things that you need to do to be successful. But before you do that, I want you to write down one thing for me. I want you to write down one thing, and I want you to think about it. What is the one thing that is keeping you from being successful? I want you to think about that, and I want you to write it down. What is the one thing that's keeping you from being successful? Now, mind you, it's not the place of business. It's not the customer. It's not the weather condition. It's not the economy. I want you to get real with yourself. What's the one reason why you are not as successful as you can be?
The voice in my head.
The voice in my head. Anthony, you're not going to be successful.
Well, that's what it's telling me right now.
The voice in your head. That's
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I love that.
It's true.
So Safa is saying the voice in your head. Sometimes you could be your own worst enemy. Sometimes your own worst enemy is you in your head. Retrain your mind. Retrain your mind for success. Now go ahead and create that list. What do you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, to be successful this week? To have a successful paycheck? To have successful sales? Write it out. Take the time to write it out. This is important. People are dependent upon your success. Those people that you wrote down, those examples, everybody wrote down one example of who was their childhood success, the example of success in their childhood, right? Now I want you to think about that. If that person came to work, if that successful person, say it was your mom or leader or sports hero, if they came and they sat down with you at work, would they be proud of you? Would they be proud of you for how you conducted your day? Ask yourself that. If my grandfather, who I love and respect, and I want to be successful like my grandfather, if I had my grandfather ride along with me in one day of work and see what I did, would he be proud of me? Those people that you wrote down, they may not be here with you, but believe me, in one shape or form, they are here and they are watching you because they're in your subconscious, because they left you an example, and you have an obligation to fulfill the example that they left for you. So go ahead and write those things down. And the one thing I want you to write down on top of the box is the success box. I want you to write this down. You can't cash excuses. You can't cash excuses. Now, if we could say that together for the mantra, for the close, on the count of 3, you can't cash excuses. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You can't cash excuses. Again, you can't cash excuses. One more time. You can't cash excuses. Is there any reason why you can't do follow-up?
No.
Say it with me. You can't cash excuses.
You
You
can't
can't cash excuses. Is there any reason why you can't set your appointments?
You can't cash excuses.
You can't cash excuses. Is there any reason why you're not making the greatest freaking paycheck of your life?
You can't cash
Say it with me. You can't cash excuses. Is there any reason why you are not being successful today as much as you can be? You can't cash excuses. Say it again. Ready? You can't cash excuses. And again, I want you to say this with me. I am in charge of my life.
I am in charge of my life.
I am in charge of my success.
I am in charge of my success.
I am in charge of my attitude.
I am in charge of my attitude.
I am in charge of my behavior.
I am in charge of my behavior.
I am in charge of my time.
I am in charge of my time.
I am in charge of my paycheck.
I am in charge of my paycheck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you all and thank you. Give yourself a round of applause.